A beautiful nurse goes missing. Did she simply walk away from everyone she loved, or did someone make that decision for her?
Beyond death, nothing could keep her away from her kid.
Only one clue surfaces.
Her truck was found.
The driver caught on camera.
An unknown suspicious male exited the vehicle.
Where is Peggy McGuire? Her family and friends say they believe they know, and they'd bet the farm on it.
Do you think he was involved in some way?
Is this gonna be on TV? Yes.
Growing up in the small town of Eufaula, Oklahoma, Peggy McGuire was a country girl through and through.
Tell me about Peggy.
Oh, she loved fishing, she loved hunting, she loved camping.
In Eufaula, neighbors are not just like family, they often are family. Elizabeth Leeper is Peggy's best friend, co-worker, and cousin.
How would you describe Peggy?
Just a really, really sweet, sweet soul. Big heart, cares about everyone.
And one of those people Peggy cared about most was Thomas McIntosh.
What attracted her to him?
She liked the country life. That's how they clicked.
As sophomores, they became high school sweethearts, but not everyone was doing backflips over their love.
She was beautiful, beautiful. She could have had any guy she wanted, and he was so awkward, rude, and unsocial.
Even despite a lot of serious red flags.
I don't know how many times he broke her windows out of her car, smashed the doors in.
Over jealousy.
Yeah, if she talked to other boys.
And according to Elizabeth, that jealousy escalated to even scarier levels.
You saw an incident play out in high school.
They come back from lunch and her nose was bloody, and she made me take her to the ER, and later she told me that he had got mad at her and he took a pistol and backhanded her with the back end of the pistol.
Peggy's friends and family claim the abuse only grew worse, but despite an eventual protective order against Thomas, Peggy would often return. During one of those times, the couple became parents to a boy named Ethan.
How was she as a mom?
She was insanely phenomenal as a mom.
Desperately seeking a secure family life for Ethan, Peggy soon heads to Indiana with Thomas when he takes a new job. But a new state didn't make for a new man. In fact, things get worse.
He strangled her in front of Ethan.
This time, it's the final straw.
When she came home from Indiana, she was broken and beaten, but I think something clicked in her finally that she was not going back for Ethan's safety. I mean, he could have killed her.
Peggy presses charges against McIntosh, but later drops them. She eventually moves back in with him, living in this house, the relationship now only platonic, and Peggy has a plan.
She decided she was going to become a nurse and better her life for her and her little boy, and she didn't need him.
With a degree in hand and a good job at a nursing home, Peggy starts dating other men, all while making her biggest plan to finally get free.
She had told me she was going to go to her mom's apartment, so she was going to need the weekend off so she could move her things.
That weekend would never come. It's a Monday in mid-November. Peggy finishes a double shift at the nursing home, picks up Ethan, then drops him off at school. On her way home, Peggy calls her stepfather, Donnie Davis.
And how did you two get off the phone?
It was like, I love you and see you later.
But he doesn't. Peggy's mom, Betty, calls, no answer, straight to voicemail. The next day, when Elizabeth calls, the same, but she's not worried. She knows something the others don't. Peggy has plans to meet up with a guy she's been talking to, Richard.
She was like, don't call me Tuesday because I am not coming to work. I am going to meet him. He's coming in from Texas.
But as the hours tick by,
I started messaging her pretty rapidly. People are looking for you. Just tell me that you're okay and I'll leave you alone. Nothing.
So Elizabeth goes to her house.
None of her personal things were there, like a hairbrush or her nurse bag, shoes, those kind of things.
Neither is her truck. Elizabeth heads to Ethan's school.
She was the only person that ever picked him up from school. So I'm sitting in the school parking lot and Thomas comes to pick up Ethan. I called Betty and I was like, you need to call the cops right now. She's not here, she should be. She was supposed to meet with this Richard guy.
Coming up, video surfaces of a mysterious figure.
I knew it was him.
And what do cell phone pings tell investigators?
They were in close proximity.
I even went as far as getting Richard's phone number and being like, did you meet her? And he didn't. He actually had to stay in Texas, which sent up even more red flags.